Hello, welcome my dear children of class 11. Today we are going to learn the kingdom Animalia, which include human beings. So it's a very interesting chapter of class 11. So let's start kingdom Animalia. See, kingdom Animalia. So before we go into these details, I want to tell you what are the similarities of all animals, which we have done in the chapter where 5 kingdom classification we have learned. There we've seen that Animalia, they are multicellular. That means body is made up of many cells. Eukaryotic, that means they have a proper nucleus and all the organelles. Then animals do not have cell wall and their nutrition is heterotrophic. So these are the unique characteristics or unity of all animals. But irrespective of these similarities, there are so many differences. So according to the differences, animals are classified. So we cannot learn all animals in as one kingdom Animalia. Of course they are kingdom Animalia, but as per the differences they are classified into different phyla. So before we go into details about different phyla, let us see what are the basics of classification. Why animals are classified into different phyla, okay, or different groups. So we will first learn basis of classification and then we will learn each phyla separately. So first of all, our first point is the level of organization. Levels of organization. So in this you can see animal body. Some of the animals have a only cellular organization. That is, group of cells are there. They are multicellular, but these cells are not further organized into tissues or organs or anything. So cellular organization, a group of cells are there, okay. And next level of organization is tissues. In tissues, what happens? These cells are organized into different groups. Tissues in lower classes you must have learned. It's a group of cells specialized for doing a particular function. So tissue is a group of cells organized for doing a particular a specific function. So some of the organisms have a tissue level of organization, and in bit more higher organisms, the tissues are organized into organs. For example, in humans we have learned our organs, lungs are there, kidneys, stomach and so on, okay. So many organs are there. And in more higher organisms, in higher group of organisms, the organs are grouped into organ system. So you know that in cellular organization there is not much division of labor. Okay, division of labor means the work is divided between different cells. So here the division of labor is not much, means all the functions are performed by all cells. Maybe slightly or little organized, little division of labor is there. But where the tissues are there, different tissues are given different duties. Okay, so this is called a division of labor. And where organs are there, different organs perform different process or different functions, different roles. Okay. And then organ system, each system is responsible for a certain function. For example, in our body, a mammalian body, say digestive system performs the function of digestion. That is a common function, but different organs in there perform different parts of the common function. So levels of organization. Some organisms have only cells, some have tissues, a bit more higher organisms have organs, and then complex organisms have or complex animals have organ systems. Okay. Then comes to body symmetry. Symmetry means if the body is cut into different, cut into parts, whether each part, or each part, whether they have a, are they mirror images or not. So this is called a symmetry. So there are three kinds of symmetry. First, let us see asymmetrical. Asymmetrical means there is no symmetry. If the body cannot be cut into equal halves through any plane. So asymmetrical. For example, sponges. I'll show you images after a bit later. So asymmetrical means no symmetry at all. So the body cannot be cut into equal halves through any plane. Okay, sponges are the example. Then comes the radial symmetry. In radial symmetry means the body can be cut into equal halves or mirror images if you cut through any plane of the body. So through any plane if you cut, we'll get the mirror images. For example, a kind that is starfish, hydra, etc. And then bilateral symmetry. All higher organisms are, higher animals are having bilateral symmetry, including we human beings and all mammals. Bilateral symmetry means the body can be cut into equal halves through only one plane. Okay, when you see the image you will understand this. So these organisms have left and right halves. Okay, if our body is cut into two halves through only one plane, then we'll get two equal images or mirror images. So that these organisms are called bilateral. So many so the animals have these different kinds of symmetry. So they are classified again separately. So this is the second point of, or second basis of classification. Then the third basis is body organization. Body organization means you have learnt in class 10 that the zygote is formed by fertilization. We all are formed as a zygote in our mother's womb or mother's uterus. Okay. So this zygote divides and forms the embryo. Okay. So there is a stage of the embryo, that is initial stage. When the cell division is completed, the cells are organized into different layers, and these layers are called germ layers. These layers are called germ layers. So there are three germ layers: outer ectoderm, inner endoderm, and middle mesoderm. So some organisms have only two germ layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm. So they are called diploblastic. So simple organisms are diploblastic. Di means two. So diploblastic means two germ layers only, and higher animals are triploblastic. Triploblastic means three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and the middle mesoderm. Ectoderm is the outer layer, mesoderm is the middle layer, endoderm is the inner layer. And remember that all our organs are developed from these germ layers. Okay, I'll show you images after. Then comes the next point is, or next basis of classification is coelom. Coelom means body cavity. A true body cavity is developed from the second layer, that is second germ layer, that is mesoderm. And when the body cavity is developed from mesoderm, they are called a eucoelomate or true coelomate, or simply you can say coelomate. Coelomate means a true coelom. Okay, that means coelom is developed from mesoderm. So it is lined by mesoderm cells. Okay. Now some organisms or some animals have some animals are pseudocoelomate, that is false coelom. Coelom is not developed from mesoderm, and some are acoelomate. Acoelomate means no coelom at all. Like we said, asymmetrical, no symmetry. Acoelomate means no coelom or no body cavity at all. So accordingly animals are classified. Then comes body segmentation. Segmentation means some animals have their body is internally and externally divided into segments, and segmentation of the body is called a metamerism. So the segments are called metameric segments. So all animals do not have the segments, so accordingly they are classified. For example, you have a familiar example, earthworm. They are metamerically segmented, so segmented body. Okay, then comes the next point, notochord. Notochord is the rod-like structure present in the embryonic stage. So some animals have notochord, and those who have notochord are called chordates or chordata. And some animals do not have, lower animals do not have a notochord, and they are called non-chordata. So actually animals are divided into non-chordates or invertebrata, and chordates or vertebrata. Chordates have different groups, we will learn in detail. So chordates and non-chordates. So notochord is what? A rod-like structure. So some organisms this structure is there, and they are called chordata, and some do not have, they are called a non-chordata. So these are the basis, the different basis of classification of animals into different phyla or different groups. So number one, levels of organization, then body symmetry, then body organization, then coelom, then segmentation, and notochord. So irrespective of the unity or the similarities, they are different animals are they are different in these bases. So they are classified separately. I hope you have understood. Now you will see certain images representing or showing all these. Okay. Now see, let us first see body symmetry. So I told you bilateral symmetry means the body is cut into two equal halves through only one plane, mathematical plane. Okay. So a beetle or insects are example, we human beings, all mammals are bilaterally symmetrical. So only this plane. If you cut like this, see the front portion and back portion are different. It's not, they are not mirror images. So bilaterally symmetrical. Now radial symmetry, for example, this is a hydra polyp. So it can be divided into any plane, you will get two equal halves. See, any of these planes, two mirror images are obtained. So that is called a radial symmetry. And as I told you, sponge is an example, asymmetrical, no symmetry. So see, it's all body parts are different. So from any plane we cut, we don't get equal halves. So no plane equal halves are obtained. So it is asymmetrical. Okay, so these are the three kinds of body symmetry, and animals are classified accordingly. Then comes the germ layers I was explaining, ectoderm. This is one embryonic stage. Okay, this is an embryonic stage. See, zygote develops into embryo. So this is one stage where many cells are formed by mitosis. Zygote undergoes mitosis. So many cells are formed, and so these cells are arranged into different germ layers. So the first layer is ectoderm. You can see here ectoderm. This forms the exoskeleton in some. Then comes the mesoderm, develops into organs. Many organs are developed from mesoderm. As I told you, these three germ layers give rise to organs. Okay, so mesoderm develop into many organs. Endoderm also forms this is endoderm, inner layer. This forms the inner lining of organs, and also some organs are formed from here. So this is an embryonic stage. Next year in class 12 you will learn embryo development, then we will learn in detail how these stages are developed. But here right now you understand that in embryonic cell layers are arranged into ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, and these develop into body organs. So this is one basis. And okay, here is the list. See, ectoderm. Ectoderm is the outer layer. So epidermis of skin and its derivatives, sweat glands, follicles. Skin is developed from ectoderm. Then epithelial lining of the, see, epithelium is a tissue. So the epithelial lining of the mouth and anus are formed by ectoderm. Then cornea and lens of the eye, nervous system, sensory receptors in epidermis, adrenal medulla, adrenal gland, endocrine gland, then tooth enamel, epithelium of pineal and pituitary gland. So whatever you can remember, you just learned that ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm develop into organs. So these are some of the organs developed from the ectoderm. Then from the mesoderm, that notochord is developed, skeletal system, muscular layers of stomach and intestine, then excretory system, the kidneys and associated parts, then circulatory and lymphatic system, then reproductive system, dermis of skin, lining of body cavity, adrenal cortex. So these different organs are developed from mesoderm, and some organs are combination of these germ layers. Then endoderm is the epithelial lining of digestive tract. Digestive tract or digestive system, they have an inner lining. The cavity is lined by epithelial cells. So that is formed from the endoderm. Then respiratory system, epithelial lining. Then lining of urethra. Lining means these are the layers of cells. So urinary bladder, then and reproductive system. Then liver, pancreas, thymus, thyroid, pancreas. So many organs are developed from each of these germ layers. That is what you have to understand the point. Ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm are embryonic germ layers and they give rise to organs. Okay. Then we said body segmentation. See, some animals' body is externally and internally divided into segments, is said. So earthworm shows metameric segmentation. Then notochord, I told you, notochord is the rod-like structure in the embryo, and these notochord will develop into vertebral column. It will be replaced by vertebral column or backbone. So those who have the notochord are called vertebrata or chordata. Chordata is different groups are there. We will learn. I'll explain in the next videos what are the different groups in chordata. Then comes, see, this is segmentation examples also I want to show you. Some animals' body is externally and internally divided into segments with a serial repetition of at least some organs. So in earthworm, this is earthworm. You can see, you are familiar with this example. Earthworm, see, the body is divided into segments. So in earthworm, the body shows this pattern called a metameric segmentation, and the phenomenon is known as metamerism. Then this is Nereis, another annelid. So here all you can see annelids, actually that's a phylum which have this phylum has segmented animals. Okay, so this is segmentation. Then as per coelom is another point, another basis of classification. So I told you body cavity, acylomata. Acylomata means no body cavity. So mesenchyme fills the space of the body wall. Mesenchyme which forms the connective tissues, which is also embryonic tissue, okay, fills the space in the body wall. So there is no body cavity. For example, phylum Platyhelminthes. Then comes pseudocoelomata, false body cavity or pseudocoelom. Here the body is, cavity is not formed by mesoderm, so they are not lined by mesoderm cells. So body cavity is not lined by mesoderm, so that is pseudocoelom, phylum Aschelminthes. Then comes eucoelomata or coelomata. True body cavity, coelom is present. Okay, so body cavity is lined by mesoderm because it is formed from mesoderm, middle layer. Okay, and in here there is a slight differentiation. Some of the coelomates are classified as protostomia. Some of the coelomates are classified into deuterostomia. Protostomia means blastopore becomes the mouth. Blastopore is what? The opening of the gastrula is again another embryonic stage which opens to outside by the opening called a blastopore. Okay, with the embryo development we will learn in detail in class 12 syllabus. So here just understand gastrula is an embryonic stage and it has an opening towards the exterior, that is called a blastopore. So in some animals or some coelomate animals, this blastopore becomes the mouth. For example, phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda and phylum Mollusca. Okay, these phylums phyla we are going to learn in detail. So these three phyla, blastopore becomes the mouth. So they are called the protostomia. And the second group in coelomate is deuterostomia. Here the blastopore becomes the anus. For example, phylum Echinodermata and phylum Chordata, all groups of phylum Chordata, the blastopore becomes the anus. See, they are different now, that's why they are classified into these two groups. Echinodermata is actually non-chordata, but a very highly advanced non-chordate or invertebrate. So Echinodermata also blastopore develop into anus. Okay. Then here mesenchyme, I told you, an embryonic tissue. Mesenchyme and mesoderm is slightly different. Let us see the definition of both. Mesenchyme is a part of the mesoderm of an embryo which develops into connective tissue, cartilage and bone, etc. So the mesenchyme is developed into, or it will develop into connective tissues during embryo development. Then mesoderm, as we have seen, it is a middle layer of germ layers, okay, in the embryo of metazoon animals, okay, higher animals. So mesoderm is one of the germ layers, middle germ layer, and mesenchyma is a part of mesoderm, remember that. Then located in the mesoderm, mesenchyme is located in the mesoderm and located between ectoderm and endoderm. Then they are differentiated. How they are differentiated? Gives rise to connective tissue, blood vessels, lymphatic vessel, blood, lymph, etc. are connective tissue, cartilage, bones you have learnt in lower classes, connective tissue. So these connective tissues are formed from the mesenchyme. So mesenchyme is present in mesoderm, middle layer, remember. Then this gives also mesoderm altogether, it gives rise to connective tissue, bone, cartilage, muscle, blood, blood vessels, lymphoid organs, pericardium. Pericardium is the outer covering of heart. Okay, notochord, kidney, all this. Okay, we have learned the organs are developed. So many organs are developed from mesoderm. Then occurrence appears at every stage of the animal life. So the mesenchyme appears at every stage of animal life, and mesoderm is only in the embryonic development. Later they will be they are developing into these organs. That is why. So this is those children who are preparing for NEET, AIIMS, etc. They should learn. NCERT, this much detail is not there, so I am detailing, so it will be useful for you, especially those children who are preparing for NEET, AIIMS and such competitive exams. Okay. Now here is we have learned deuterostomy and protostomy. I want to show the image. Cleavage is the division of the zygote, okay, and so many 8-cell stages formed. Here also 8-celled stage. Later they are developed into this germ layer. So the mesoderm. Okay, here you can see archintron. Archintron will develop into digestive system. This is going to be digestive cavity, and this is a mesoderm developing into coelom. Okay, in here. So this is protostome, and masses of mesoderm split to form the coelom. So pseudocoelom. Then comes see here the mouth developed from the blastopore. This is what I wanted to show you. Protostomia, main difference is mouth is developed from blastopore giving rise to mouth, and here deuterostomia or deuterostome, echinoderms and chordata. See, the blastopore give rise to anus. So this is the main difference. These are all embryonic stages development. Here true coelom is developing. Here masses of mesoderm split to form the coelom. So that is why they are pseudocoelomate also. Then comes so I think these are the basis of classification of animals into different phyla, and that's all in this video. Thank you very much. If you understand, like, share and subscribe this video.